Evening, everyone. Welcome. We are Smadar and Sandy. We're the coordinators of the literacy program. Can't hear us? Okay, is this better? Okay. And we'd like to start this evening with a montage.
love is too high to bring me down. Can't nothing bring me down. I said, bring me down. Can't nothing bring me down. The love is too high to bring me down. Can't nothing bring me down. I said, cause I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Cause I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go, bring me down. Can't nothing bring me down. The love is too high to bring me down. Can't nothing bring me down. I said, cause I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Cause I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Hey, hey, hey. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Hey, hey. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Come on.
To last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on! It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A dedication to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate and party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Yeah, yeah. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Let's celebrate. Come on now. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. Baby. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. Celebrate good times. Come on. Celebrate good times. Come on. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Come on and celebrate tonight. 'Cause everything's gonna be alright. Let's celebrate.
All right. I said thank you for sending us your pictures. We had a lot of fun creating this montage. And we know it's somewhat difficult for some people to see it, so we're going to play it again after the presentations are done so you can see it. And we also wanted to thank the guy that really masterminded this whole thing. Right there, my brother Daniel.
Okay, so tonight is a very special night for many reasons. Number one, we are celebrating 20 years of adult literacy at the Stoughton Public Library. We started back in 1998, and since then we have trained hundreds of tutors and helped thousands of students. Since our last event, this is a big milestone for us, since our last event 2 years ago, we have had 34 students become U.S. citizens. In order to become a citizen, I don't know if you all know, you have to pass a very difficult test that goes over U.S. civics. They're required some English reading, writing, and conversation. So congratulations to all of our new citizens. And I will let Pat talk about this a little bit later, but with great anticipation, we are looking forward to our new library in the fall. That'll be exciting, and thank you for everyone for making use of this temporary space the best that we can and being patient with us. But the most special thing about tonight are the incredible accomplishments of all the people in this program. It has been our privilege to work with each one of you. We thank you for sharing your stories with us, for teaching us about your countries, about your cultures, and all of you in this room are the reason that we truly love our job. Tonight is all about celebrating you. And before we begin our program, I just want to take a moment to recognize some special guests. So please stand when I say your name. Pat Basler, the Director of the Public Library. Roberta Suhlman, the Director of Literacy Volunteers of Massachusetts. Lou Kafka, State Representative. Bill Galvin, State Representative. Timothy's not here. Okay. Sheila Osborne, Library Trustee. Peggy Suick, Library Trustee. And Sue Zabinski, Library Trustee. Okay, this one, yes. And Board of Selectmen, Michael Sullivan. Thank you all for coming. We really appreciate your continued support. We'd also like to thank the library staff, especially the ones who are here tonight, Teresa, Tony, Christine, Katie, and Jessica. And we'd like to introduce our newest hire, Carrie Reed, who is also serving as our photographer. Carrie is going to be developing and teaching citizenship classes at the library. So welcome, Carrie.
Okay, it's my turn to present the Above and Beyond Award. I'm going to make it a little lower. To an outstanding contributor to our program. This year's recipient is a tutor who truly goes above the call of duty every week. She started working with us in 2009. She began tutoring individual students and quickly added a Friday morning conversation group. We've kept attendance records for her conversation group since 2013, and in the last 5 years, she has worked with 1,434 students. That's an average of 287 students a year. Wow. She provides a safe, non-judgmental environment where students can practice speaking English. Newcomers are greeted with a smile and a warm welcome. She teaches English, citizenship, reading, writing, and everything in between. She was the first tutor to take a group of students on a field trip to Boston to the Museum of Science, and that was so successful. She took another group on the Freedom Trail, and they traveled into Boston by the T. She uses games to teach grammar, pronunciation, and comprehension, and she always is willing to offer extra help to any student who needs it. I'm sure many of her students are in the audience now. We're honored to give the Above and Beyond Award to Bev Buckland.
So thanks, guys. Thank you very much. I just want to thank everybody at the library, Smadar and Sandy, Pat, and everybody else who works hard at this library to make it a nice place for the students to come. I want to thank the students for everything that they've taught me about their countries and their languages and their cultures. I always have a good time. Sometimes Friday conversation class is the most fun hour of my week. And I want to thank the town of Stoughton and the representatives of the town in Stoughton and the representatives from the state who work hard to make this program a place where people are welcome and where English language learners can come and learn everything that the people here have learned. So thanks very much. It's been fun.
And now on to the best part of this program, our speakers. Our first speakers are a student and tutor pair, Jean Buss and Lisa Joliker. Jean is originally from Brazil, and she is quite an extraordinary person. Since becoming a student, Jean obtained her citizenship. She left her job at the dry cleaners and is now working as a bilingual classroom teacher assistant. She has taken educational classes offered to teachers. She earned a grant to take a course through StarTalk, a Portuguese teacher training in Boston last summer, and she's now working on passing her MTEL test. She also teaches ABE classes in Stoughton on Saturday mornings. Lisa is an English teacher at Sharon High School. She has been working with Jean since 2016. Lisa was a natural fit because of her teaching experience. Jean wants to become a teacher. She has been instrumental in helping Jean to gain employment in her field and in helping her to pass the MTEL. Lisa and Jean, please come up.
You know how the program is good. I'm confident for talk for 100 people in English.
I thought I was going to talk first.
I know, sorry.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. So 2 years ago, when I came to this program for the training, I thought to myself, I've been teaching since high school since 1999. This seems like a natural fit, something I would learn and have fun with. And the program, the training, I kept thinking to myself, do I really have something to offer? Can I really help somebody else? And two big takeaways from the training. One of the things Smadar and Sandy often said was that the students are highly motivated. Now, students at Sharon High School are highly motivated. They're fabulous students. But I realized that English language learners are motivated in a different way, a way that stays with them all the time. It's more of an intrinsic desire to learn something that most of us probably take for granted. So that's something that always stuck with me. The other thing that was important, Sandy and Smadar said, when you meet your students, you would have a lesson plan, for the first meeting. So of course, as a teacher, I had this great lesson plan. In fact, I had two, just so I could be prepared. And the other thing that kept just stuck in my head was be guided by what they need. Sometimes what you think they need may not be what they need, so pay attention. So we sat down, we met for the first time at Dunkin' Donuts, because they had Wi-Fi and coffee. I had my lesson plan all ready, and Jenny said, oh, I'm taking my citizenship. That has to be my focus. Well, I never did those two lesson plans. Our focus became what Jean needed, and that was her citizenship test, which she passed 3 months later, I think it was, after we met. And then, of course, it was the big career change. So this has been great for me to meet someone who's so motivated and has taught me that I can make a difference.
So, thank you so much. I appreciate everything the program gave to me, especially with Lisa, because she gave me confidence for change my job and do better in my profession, because I'm a Portuguese teacher in Brazil, and now I have opportunity to work with my career in here, and now I go to college and do some class for my career. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, our next speaker is a student who came here from Syria 1 year ago. With limited English, he began an intermediate conversation group in August, and his progress in understanding, speaking, reading, and writing English has been extraordinary. Jack was a lawyer in Syria, but before he can work in his field in the United States, he has to master the English language. Jack works incessantly with his tutor and on his own to learn vocabulary, grammar, and idioms. After being here just a few short months, Jack spoke at one of our tutor trainings, and his progress has been remarkable, as you'll see now. Please welcome Jack.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to introduce myself to you. My name is Jack. I am from Syria. My native language is Arabic. I have master's degree in the law from Damascus University in Syria. I was working in Syria as a lawyer. I come to the United States for 1 year and 2 months. I live now in Stoughton on Lincoln Street. I worked now in Stoughton also at school, at West School, in the cafeteria. I started learning English at this library in August. Every Tuesday, I came to this library we were about 7 students learning here. Our teacher called Maxine. I miss to her because she is now living to France. In this library, I learn a lot. When I come to the United States, I don't understand anything. Only alphabet, 3 word or 4 word, pen, book, enough. What should I do? I need to learn English. Okay, I came to this library with my brother. My brother talked to Sandy and tell her about me. I need to learn English. Okay. In August, I start learning in this library. I know now how can I make an appointment with a doctor. How can I get my medicine or medication from the pharmacy? I can talk to pharmacist. I have a prescription. Also, I can fill an application. I can read little. I can speak very little. I can, but I listen. When I listen to 2 person speaking, I understand. I comprehension what they talk, but I can't speak very well because I can't practice English because at home all families speak Arabic. My brother speak English very well, but he often at the work. So thank you very much to our teacher Maxine and Sandy and everyone he worked here. And thank you for you because you listen to me and now I practice English.
Jack.
Come take a picture.
That was amazing. Thank you, Jack. That was truly amazing for someone who could not speak English a year ago. It's amazing. Our next couple of speakers, as you will soon hear, our next speaker is an extraordinary tutor who began tutoring 2 years ago. Elsie jumped into her role with full gusto. She didn't waste any time before delving into teaching her first student everything she needs to know. From greetings to shopping, cooking, cleaning, her student quickly learned the language, all the language that she needed to survive. Elsie is a hands-on tutor. She took her student to the supermarket, job fairs, doctors, or any other place where she could give her students a first-hand experience. Elsie has also filled in for conversation classes and took on another student. That's Elsie. She'll come up in a second, and I want to introduce Renata. When we first met Renata, she could not speak a word of English. She came in with her husband, who had to translate our conversation. With her beautiful eyes and limited English, she was asking us to please help her. She was here with her then 8-year-old daughter, and she had to learn to communicate. This was only 2 years ago. As you will see in a moment, her language has improved by leaps and bounds. The incredible progress was made by her sheer will, determination, and hours of hard work. With addition to an amazing tutor who was just as motivated to get her moving forward. We will let Renata tell her story. We're so proud of her advancement and her achievements. Please welcome Renata Da Silva and Elsie Williams.
You first, Elsie.
Well, I wasn't planning on really speaking. I was going to let Renata have the whole show. But I have to tell you, this has been the best thing that I've ever done in my life. I am retired. Oh, I'm retired, and I just happened to be looking at the Canton paper one day, and it said volunteers wanted for the Stoughton Library. I said, sure, why not? And that was the beginning of my story. And like I said, it's been the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. And I encourage everybody that I talk to do something like this to help them better their own lives and better the lives of people that come to this country to want to be citizens. So with that, I'll give it to Renata.
Thank you. Thank you, Smedar and Sandra, for inviting me. I'm so glad to be here. Before I tell you something about me, I have some questions for you to think about it. Do you know how important it is for people to be able to communicate? Can you say this word? Do you know what this word means? Okay. Could you imagine that person does not know name of things? Or does not know ask to question or answer simple question about your name, or phone number, or address, or ask for food, water or bathroom? Wow, it's so hard. I've been there, I know. Well, I'm Renata. I'm 40 years old. I have 2 kids. Junior is 22 and Nicole, she's 10. When I since the United States, I couldn't understand anything. My husband translated for me 2 Saturdays with Elsie because I couldn't understand nothing. My daughter needs me about homework, school meetings, things like this, and I couldn't understand nothing. And I chose change my life forever. And I heard about this program. I went the Stoughton Library. I have an interview. I think it's Sandra, maybe, I don't know. And I couldn't understand nothing. My husband translated it for me. And in August 2016, Elsie called my husband and make for us appointment. And we went to the library and meet Elsie and start learning English. Some things, remember some things. Since I came here, I changed my phone language. In my home, I never have channels in Portuguese or radio or thing like this. Because when you move from another country, you need to learn everything, every single thing. I say it's like a baby, but you're older. You need to learn everything, each word, anything. I love everything. And Elsie taught me many things about train, bus, money, ask for to the bathroom. Wow. And I'm so grateful. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of Elsie because she expanded her precious research called Time with Me. And this program really changed my life forever. Now I have everything I need to be happy. And I want to say to students, this program is a just bridge for your future, the first step. But you can do this. For tutors, you can do this. Change lives through this program. Because I'm here to say this program changed lives. Change lives. Yes, it's really changed my life forever. I live here 2 years and 8 months. I have another job. I'm not feel afraid because when I have meeting of my school, my daughter, or order food, or go to the hospital. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for this program because this program changed lives. I would like to say thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for changing my life. Thank you for allowing this volunteer tutor change life about this program. Thank you so much. This word, This word, obrigado, means thank you. Thank you so much. Muito obrigado. Now, I feel connected about the language. I feel connected where I live. Because this, I would like to say thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, tutors, and especially students. We know it's not easy to stand up here and speak, especially when English is not your first language. So thank you, all of you, for speaking. And now I'd like Pat to come up and talk about the new library and introduce our keynote speaker. Yes, close to you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Let me get my stuff. So, Smadar, my name is Pat Basler. I'm the library director. I've been here for 21 years. We're very proud that this program is in its 20th year. But before I talk about that, I did want to just mention we are building a new library. Actually, we got several calls tonight asking where we were because they were parked in front of 84 Park Street. So we'll be here till sometime in the fall, and then we'll move back into our brand new expanded space. And for those of you who have been trying to tutor and do conversation classes here, we thank you for your patience because this is not a quiet space. And if someone's doing story time in the front, we can hear them singing in the back. And for the conversation classes, honestly, it's kind of a nightmare. So Bev, kudos, because it's difficult. So we hope when we move into the new place, Smadar and Sandy will actually have an office instead of a hallway. And we'll have quiet study rooms, and we'll have conversation rooms, and it will just be a huge improvement. So thank you all for your patience. Welcome to the 20th Annual Adult Literacy Recognition Night of the Stoughton Public Library. This program is one of many wonderful programs offered by the library, whose mission is to serve as an integral part of the community, providing a welcoming environment for all to inform and educate themselves, promote lifelong learning, recreational reading, and cultural advancement. That is the mission of the public library. The success of the adult literacy program makes all of us who work and volunteer here very proud. This program really does stand out compared to other programs in other libraries in the state. Part of it is the two ladies who run it do a wonderful job. Part of it is the community of volunteers that participate, and part of it is the students who work really hard. This year, we have over 30 adult learners who have become U.S. citizens, which is one of the ultimate accomplishments of our program. These folks have worked hard to study and pass a civics exam that most Americans born here would have trouble passing. They have learned about the three branches of the federal government. The executive branch, which includes the president, along with about 5 million federal employees. The legislative branch, which includes the Senate and the House of Representatives, and the judicial branch, which includes the Supreme Court and the legal system. We have similar model of government at the state and local levels as well. I explain this to you because those of you who have become U.S. citizens, you learned everything about the federal government, but we want you to understand that now you are local. Tonight, we are very fortunate to have three leaders of our state and local government here. Senator Walter Timilty, who arrived a little bit late. Could you please stand up for us? Senator Timilty had 3 other engagements, but made it here by 7, so we're proud of that. Representative Lou Kafka, and Representative Bill Galvin. And we have Michael Sullivan, who is our Vice Chair of the Board of Selectmen. All of these positions have been elected by us, by the people, so they can work on our behalf. That's why I like them to stand up. So if you see them and you have a problem, you know what they look like and you can go talk to them. Those of you who are U.S. citizens now have received new rights and opportunities, including the right to vote, to travel anywhere in the world with a U.S. passport, to participate on a jury, and you have the ability to become an elected official yourself someday. So think about that. We thank you for all your hard work and accomplishments, and our elected leaders would like to make some proclamations in your honor tonight. First, I'd like to introduce Selectman Michael Sullivan, who very graciously stepped in to attend on short notice when Chairman Bob O'Regan was unable to make it. Selectman Sullivan will say a few words, and then we will invite all the new U.S. citizens to come up and receive their proclamations from the Board of Selectmen, the Massachusetts Senate, and the House of Representatives. Michael Sullivan, would you like to come up?
It's okay. Well, thank you so much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can everybody hear me okay? I'll hold it nice and close. You know, somebody just recently said that if English is your second language, how difficult it is to come up and speak in front of you. English is my first language. It's still a little difficult to come up and talk. I'm trembling a little bit, so if I make a mistake, I apologize. You know, it's very humbling being here tonight and sharing in this celebration with all of you, especially the 30 or so recent United States citizens. You know, my hat's off to all of you on your hard work. That's phenomenal. Every American, or just about every American, can share some personal, narrative when it comes to immigration. And I'm no different. My last name's Sullivan. You would never guess this, but my grandmother is from the Philippines. You know, she immigrated here to the United States at the outbreak of World War II. Her and her family fled the Philippines after the Japanese had invaded. And they came to the United States of America, which at the time and even today was a beacon of hope and a beacon of light for the oppressed. She told us the story growing up that when she was a little girl, they had fled their village and she was hiding in the jungle with her family, and she actually had to shove a fistful of rice into her little brother's mouth to make sure he didn't say any words as the Japanese soldiers were passing by trying to find them. I can't imagine, having to go through something like that myself. We never knew if the story was true because my grandmother always had a little bit of senility issues, so we always took every story she said with a grain of salt. But I want to believe that it was true. And recently my mother took a DNA test which confirmed, just what we had sort of grown up, thinking. In addition to the Filipino, her father was Sicilian, and my father, well, he was just a white guy, Irish Sullivan, French-Canadian descent. But we found some surprises in that DNA test. We found 11% Middle Eastern, 5% Mediterranean Jewish, and I was blown away seeing those results. When I looked at those results and I look at the room here tonight, what a perfect encapsulation that this is of the melting pot that is the United States of America. And you see that here in the room here tonight here in Stoughton, Massachusetts. It's kind of ironic here that we're here in Stoughton, Massachusetts, because Massachusetts really is the birthplace of liberty. 400 years ago, about 20 miles here, right off the coast of Cape Cod, a small group of religious refugees huddled on board a small ship called the Mayflower, and they faced a crisis, and that crisis was that it was late in the winter season, they weren't going to make it to their destination of Virginia colony, and so they had to stay right here in Massachusetts and form their settlement right here, and they didn't have a government. They were here to form a settlement, and they had no common government, no common document that bound them together, and so they signed something called the Mayflower Compact. Here, right off the shore of Massachusetts, and that helped sow the seeds to democracy here in America. 150 years after that, right here in Lexington, Concord, another 20 miles from Stoughton, we heard the shot heard round the world, which gave rise to 13 fledgling American colonies, throwing off the yoke of English oppression and forming their own new self-government by the people, for the people, predicated upon the proposition that all men were created equal. If that country is going to continue to survive, if this experiment in democracy is going to continue, this self-government, we need an active, educated group of citizens, group of literate citizens who won't be taken advantage of and who will participate in that style of self-government. And so I urge all of you people, and we're already seeing it here tonight, you're bettering yourselves through this program. You think you might just be learning English so that you can talk to your neighbor or order a pizza at Town Spa. That's not what's happening at all. You're bettering not only yourselves, but you're bettering this country. And so my hat's off to all of you and your hard work. And I urge you to please keep exercising your most fundamental right as citizens, especially those new citizens, and that's to become active participants in your self-government, especially here at the local level in Stoughton. Run for town meeting rep, run for the Board of Selectmen, not against me, but in general, run for it. Become active members of the community. And so in closing, my hat's off to you guys. This is such a humbling experience to share in this celebration with all of you tonight. And so congratulations and thank you so much.
So now I'd like to call up all of our new citizens. I know not all of you are here tonight, but when you hear your name, please come up, okay? Diga Ahmed, Matilda Arujo, Jose Barbosa, Tudorita, Jean Buss, Sean Collier, Jessica de Oliveira, Estela Dineza, Sueli dos Santos, Valentin Fefilov, Mayari Faraz, Daniel Golin, Fabiola Jerome, Neri Jimenez, Unju Lee, Antonin Luke, Josie Oliveira, Albert O'Connor, Fabiano Pava, Eva Rosario, Victor Subero, Ala Silna, Marco and Sandra Vizcara, Arifa Yasmin, Alma Zamor, and Yu Zhao.
Congratulations. We're very proud of you all, and Rep. Kafka, Rep. Galvin, and Selectman Sullivan, we will never forget that we work for you folks. And here's a citation from the Massachusetts State Senate. We have one in each and every one of your proud new Americans' names, and you are in the records of the House and the Senate. And this one from the State Senate states, Commonwealth of Massachusetts State Senate, official citation. Be it known that the Massachusetts State Senate hereby extends its congratulations to our new U.S. citizens in recognition of being sworn in as a citizen of the United States of America. And be it further known that the Massachusetts State Senate extends its best wishes for future success in all your endeavors, and that this citation be duly signed by the President of the State Senate and attested to and a copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the State Senate. It has been signed by our State Senate, Harry L. Chandler, attested to by our Senate Clerk, Bill Welch, and offered by myself, Walter Timilty. So congratulations, and we are all very proud of you all. Wonderful achievement. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and I just want to, on behalf of Bill and all of our colleagues in the House, congratulate all of you for this amazing accomplishment. I just am amazed that a year ago or 2 years ago, some of you came here not speaking English, and now look what you can do. It's amazing. Congratulations. Welcome to the melting pot that is Stoughton, that is the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the United States of America. And I'd like to read to you a citation from the Massachusetts House of Representatives. Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to all of you in recognition of the joyous occasion of your becoming a citizen of the United States of America. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. Given this 28th day of April 2018 at the State House, Boston, Mass., signed by the Speaker of the House, Robert A. DeLeo, Representative Bill Galvin, and myself, and again, congratulations.
Thank you.
You might want them to read the names, so
Oh, okay.
we can just stand up.
Got a lot of people here tonight. Okay, so Jean Buss. Diga Ahmed. Tudorita Boreshi. Fabiano Pava. Sean Collier. Okay. Daniel Golin. We're trying to get these in order. Mary Jimenez. Sueli dos Santos. If all the citizens can stay up here, please. Don't go back yet. Antonin Luke. Albert O'Connor. Victor Subero. Sandra Viscara. Marco Viscara. And Arifa Yasmin.
Congratulations.
Okay. I just want to give a huge shout out to Eve Beer, who has tutored we've lost count, 50, 60, 70 new citizens over the past few years. She's an amazing tutor, and she's very proud over there kissing all her students. Eve, can you stand up for a second? You just missed my whole speech. I was just saying how you've helped dozens of people get their citizenship over the last few years, so thank you.
Okay, we have some other awards we'd also like to give out. The first is for significant advance in English. And these students have shown dramatic improvement in their English, allowing them to become more independent and productive. They're now able to order food at restaurants, handle their children's teacher conferences, handle their doctor's appointments, shop outside their own communities, and even advise their tutors on good movies to watch in English. So please come up as I call your name. David Ty. Jan Goodwa. Actually, Amy, if you could come up for that one. Renata Da Silva. Esther Lee. Leandro Souza. Zun Wang. Please come up. And these awards have been, their tutors nominated them for these awards.
Thank you so much.
Okay, congratulations. The next category is for career development. And these students have started their own businesses, advanced their careers through education, promotions, or obtaining better jobs. Please come up as I call your name. Jean Eom, Naomi Huang, Sun Young Xian, Liz Monahan, Jean Buss, Gigi Harara, Emily and Carlene Joseph. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our next category is for outstanding effort. And these students have continually impressed their tutors with their efforts to learn English. Your tutors have told us, my student has shown industrious and dedicated effort at every lesson. Another said, I marveled over the past year at all the hard work and dedication she puts into learning. We're so happy to present these students with this award. And again, please come up as I call your name. Sophia Yang, Namiko Nakumara, Hayakyang Han, Sarah Cardena, Yujun Shuai, Milka Kinyararo, Marco Quintero, Jean Liu, Juliana Dos Santos, Dalia Glinsky, and Maria Ferraria. Okay, and our last two categories are for students that have obtained their driver's license and purchased new homes. Leandro Souza, Ragad Alfartusi, Jack Alcusa, Antonia Diaz, Jessica de Oliveira, and Valentina Darius. Come on up. Surprise. She has a certificate for you.
Congratulations to all the students, and a huge big thank you to the tutors that support you and work so hard with you. This concludes our presentation. We'd love to invite you guys up to take pictures over here and then send them to us. We'd love to showcase them. There are desserts in the back, coffee, waters. Thank you for everyone for bringing a dessert. And we're also going to show the montage again, so feel free to come up so you can see it up close. And thank you again for coming. Have a great night.